Did Dillon Brooks, returning to the NBA now, call LeBron James, quote, old after the Grizzlies' Game 2 win? But he also decided to dish on some of the trash talk that unfolded during the game. Brooks said he told LeBron, quote, you can't take me one-on-one. You haven't. Ooh. Brooks said after that, LeBron took him one-on-one, but then, quote, he got subbed out, he was tired, so I did my job. Wow. Shannon, how do you think LeBron is going to respond tomorrow night?
Like he always does. LeBron doesn't get in one-on-one battles. That's not his game. His game is to go out there, play efficient. If he needs to score 30, he'll score 30. If he needs to get 10 rebounds, he'll get 10 rebounds. If he needs to get 10, 11 assists, that's what he'll dish out. LeBron doesn't get into, oh, it's me. He always understands. He put emphasis on the team concept. So he's not going to get out of character. He can play one-on-one, but he's not going to get into a one-on-one battle skill where we see some of these guys, they get a bucket, give me the ball back, let me go at you, get a bucket. Okay, you got a bucket, let me get the ball and come back. That's not how LeBron plays the game. And so he's not going to start now. Dillon Brooks is trying to get LeBron, you can't take me one-on-one, knowing that's not LeBron's game. Yeah. Now, if that was Kobe, that was Jordan, that was some of these other one-on-one players, they would probably go into a situation where they try to go back and forth. But that's not how LeBron's going to play. So he's not going to get out of character. He's done a great job of guys who always tried it, from the Lance Stephensons to the Dillon Brooks. There have been a lot of guys that tried to say and egg and initiate things, but LeBron is going to play his game. And at the end of the day, more times than not, that's been good enough to get his team to win. So I'm not expecting LeBron to try to, the first 5-6 possessions, give me the ball. Let me shut this clown up. Yeah. To put him in his place. Yeah. But if that was, let's just say, Skip, if that was KD or someone LeBron viewed as an equal, he might be like, okay, that's how you feel, bro. But Dillon Brooks, he kind of like Tom Brady. You know that when guys that Tom don't view as an equal, Tom ain't shaking your hand at the end of the game. You beat him, Skip. No. Peyton Manning, or Drew Brees, or Patrick Mahomes, I view you as an equal, dap your boy up. You not my equal, man, get out of my face. I ain't got time for you. That's how LeBron looks at Dillon Brooks, trust me.
Okay, but you did say, I think you would like to see him call for the basketball early on and say, okay, watch this.
I would like to see him play a little bit more down on the block.
I would too. All right. The more I thought about this, the more I slept on it, though we don't sleep much.
No, hell no.
But the more I thought, the worse it got. The audacity of this kid, Dillon Brooks, who can't back up any of his words, to do that kind of a number on a truly all-time great player and the greatest scorer in the history of this game, to be that utterly, dismissively disrespectful. I know it's for clicks. I know it's for being Dillon the villain. I get it. But it came across as just utter, cold-hearted, remorseless disrespect that he's saying he's old, he can't take me. He went on, and the more he spoke, the worse it got.
But think about it. A 38-year-old just gave you 28. In year 20. Now you said this about a guy.
He's like, wake me up when you give me 40, right? Okay. The stats show that LeBron scored on him 50% of the time, which is pretty great.
Yes.
Listen, Dillon Brooks, he talks way better than he shoots. I can tell you that. If he could shoot with his mouth, he'd be pretty good.
Oh, yeah. He'd be Steph Curry.
He'd be Steph Curry. That's true. Okay, so now we're always going back and forth about Jordan versus LeBron versus Jordan versus LeBron. In a similar circumstance, okay, I don't think anybody would ever attack Jordan the way he attacked LeBron, because LeBron is seen as beloved, as a nice guy. And I think at heart, he's got a big, good heart, LeBron James, sometimes to a fault. So this is one of those times when I seethe over this to the point that I want LeBron to destroy this man. Because
and for you to say that, that's saying something.
It's so out of bounds what he did. It's so uncalled for. It's so beneath the dignity of one LeBron Ramon James that he can destroy this kid if he if he so chose to do, but it's not his way. It's not how he plays. He's still the best passer in basketball. Right. He still orchestrates. He's still the point guard for this team. And yet, to your point, if he wants to post up at least some of the time early on in the first half, he'll make him look really bad, because he was making him look bad in the fourth quarter the other night. It was just too little too late.
Right.
So, look, I've seen LeBron in his career get mad at a heckler. It's usually a courtside heckler. I saw it once in Atlanta. We're going way back. I saw it once in Toronto. We're going way back. And he went crazy off on the opposition.
No, you remember the one in Cleveland.
And Cleveland's another one. Well, you mean, are you talking about the bubble one?
Yeah, in Cleveland, with the guy, when he missed the shot at the end of the third.
Lord have mercy.
And the guy was like, he stood up and like, you clapping?
One of the executives, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? It's when there's no fans.
Right.
When you could hear every clap.
Everything, yeah.
Okay. And
he was crazy. He
them
crazy before.
Okay. That's what I would like to see tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a fine line between channeled rage and unchanneled rage. Rage that undoes you instead of undoes him. Right? There's the fine line between being able to focus your get even rage, your anger, or lose control of yourself and the situation. So I obviously don't want to see that. To your point, the ultimate revenge is just go win the game.
Correct.
The really ultimate revenge is to win 2 in L.A. and go back to Memphis and shut them down, shut them up, and close them out at home. That's the ultimate revenge. And LeBron can do that by just being part of the win. He can do his part, which is a big part of the win. But there's a big part of me that wants to see him take Dillon Brooks down low 4 or 5 times in the first half and just do a number on him. And if you got to get to the foul line, get to the foul line. But I'm talking about get him in foul trouble. I want to see 4 fouls by halftime. I want to see foul trouble by halftime.
I think the thing, Skip, the problem that and we did this because we weren't the only show that talked about it. Everybody talked about it. The only way a fire can spread is that if you give it oxygen. If you cut off his oxygen supply, the fire die out. He saw the buzz that he created. A lot of people was leading their shows talking about what he said, and it would repeat.
Well, how can you not?
Skip, you talking about me? Ain't mentioned nothing about his game. Ain't mentioned nothing about that 14, 2, and 3 for a career average. We ain't mentioned nothing about that.
Hey, he can't shoot a lick.
You hear what he said about LeBron? So he's like, well, I got more. It's kind of like a comedian. A comedian get on you. The best thing you could do, Skip, if a comedian gets on you, he start getting on you. Just sit down. Don't try to get you not funny. And look what you got on. They're gonna put the light on you. They're gonna tear you up. So LeBron said, you know what? I ain't gonna even worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and play my game. And at the end, we got probably 3-4 more games because we win in the series. And then I'm going to get the last laugh. But LeBron is not a getting to a one-on-one battle and try to go bucket for bucket and tit for tat.
Okay. The problem was LeBron stooped to respond during that game. It's 8-10 left in the third quarter. LeBron shot a fall away, reminiscent of the shot that he made to pass Kareem. And then he went up the floor and engaged with him.
He was just looking at him. He just looking at him. He didn't say that.
There was some...
And then when they called timeout, he called him an effing bum.
Yes, he did. And Dillon Brooks literally clapped in his face, as in clapping back, as in Dillon Brooks was clapping for himself because he's thinking, I got him. I got under his skin. I got him to respond. I got you. He said, well, I thought maybe it'd take 4 or 5 games for him to respond to me, but I got him here. He's like celebrating that he got LeBron to call him a bum.
Well, that's the only time LeBron would ever speak to him. I mean, to call him a bum. I'm saying, Skip, like...
Okay, I got it, but he did that, and that's what empowered Dillon Brooks. And listen, to his credit, to Dillon Brooks' credit, he did make the quote-unquote biggest shot of the game. He made the dagger 3 at the end. I mean, it put the game completely away. It wasn't like a game-winning shot, but it was a game-clinching shot.
Skip, you remember in the Garden when Kobe dropped that 60 on him, and he told Spike, it's your fault. Because you kept running your mouth. You wouldn't sit down. So this is what I had to do to your team. That's not how me. I mean, I could talk and still go out there and do my job, but everybody's not like that. Some people just quiet, and at the end of the day, they just point up at the scoreboard. They wouldn't even say anything, even though they gave you that work.
Yeah.
I don't think Jerry wasn't a talker. Prime didn't do any talking. He just at the end of the day.
You know what? For all the greatness of Deion's ability to communicate off the field, he didn't talk on it.
Nope.
It's very, very interesting.
he didn't.
Okay.
But nobody really said anything to him because you ain't want them problems.
Well,
it was already gonna be tough sledding for you, but you didn't really want him to like laser focus in and shut you out.
Okay. So Jordan was built differently than LeBron because Jordan would go into a game with a grudge.
Yeah.
So it would be premeditated. He'd be ready at tip-off to destroy you. LeBron has been better getting mad in the flow of the game where it's not premeditated. It just happens, and he just reacts instinctively, and it just flows out of him, right? So it's going to be a little more difficult because this game is going to require some premeditation about how you're going to attack it.
The difference is between Jordan and LeBron. Jordan looked for reasons to dislike you. LeBron looked for a reason to like you.
That's beautifully said, and that sums it up.
That's how he is.
Sums up the two.
He was looking for reasons to dislike you.
Absolutely, he was looking for reasons to dislike his teammates.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, I don't like the color you wear. I don't like something you said. This, and somebody said, well, you was just as good as me. I mean, hold on, he didn't say that. The media said that.
Yeah.
The media said he was the next Michael Jordan, or he has a game problem. The guy didn't say that by himself, but Mike would punish a guy for something somebody else said.
Or something that he didn't really say at all. Mike made it up. He exaggerated.
Right.
Okay, last quick point. So you've referenced The Athletic anonymous poll of NBA players, current players. Mm-hmm. They still vote Jordan the GOAT, which surprises me because usually your contemporaries will side with you because we're all better than they used to be.
Right.
But there's still awe, maybe sneaker awe, you could argue, of the Jordan mystique.
Right.
If you want to call it some mythology, there's some operating, but it's mystique. It's because they know LeBron and they don't have he doesn't have the awe factor that Jordan has to them. Yeah,
you're right, Skip. But I think it's the grace in which Jordan played. It's the layup package. Yeah. The tipping the ball and the tongue hanging out, and it's just. I mean, he had a beautiful game.
Yeah, it's a pack.
I mean, he had a. I mean, I don't know what to say. Skip, it's a beautiful game. It was.
It was. This will be very interesting. I'm on edge of seat tomorrow night to see how LeBron attacks this game right out of the box.
Yeah, we got something for you.
All right, I hope so.
We got something for you.
Yeah. Do my heart good.
How LeBron responds, and then guys also whether John Morant plays with that hand. Yeah, that's a big question mark as well. All right, when we come back, guys, Joel Embiid, speaking of good questions, do you think he got off easy last night? I need you to dissect this one for me because the officiating in this one seemed to be all over the board. That's coming up next right here on Undisputed.